চারি যমুনা তীর বনচারি জয় রাধা মাধব কুঞ্জ বিহারী জয় রাধা মাধব কুঞ্জ বিহারী হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে জয় রাধা গিরিধারী রাধে জয় জগন্নাথ জগন্নাথ জয় বলদেব জয় সুভদ্রা জয় গৌরনিতাই জয় গৌরনিতাই জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ নিতাই গৌর হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল। হরে কৃষ্ণ প্রভুজি, ধন্যবাদ, প্রণাম।
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, I am sharing the screen for the Lilamrita. We normally start with Lilamrita. So, a week passed and no one had found a suitable place for Swami. One day, Prabhupada suggested that he and Carl take a walk up to Michael Grant's place and asked him to help. Mike, I was awakened one morning very early and Carl was on the phone saying Swamiji and I were just taking a walk and we thought we would come up and see you. He said, but it's too early in the morning. And he said, well, Swamiji wants to see you. They were very nearby, just down the street. So I had to quickly get dressed. And by the time I got to the door, they were there. I was totally unprepared, but invited them. The television had been on from the previous night, and there were some cartoons on. The Swami sat between Carl and me on the couch. I was keeping a pet cat, and the cat jumped up on Swamiji's lap, and he abruptly knocked it off onto the floor. We began to talk, but Swamiji glanced over the cartoons on the television and television set and said, "This is nonsense." Suddenly I realized that the television was on and that it was nonsense. And I got up very quickly and saying, "Why, yes, it is nonsense," and turned it off. As Prabhupada talked, he tried to impress on Mike how difficult it was for him to live with Carl and Eva. And Mike listened. But was the Swami so sure he could not go back to the Bowery loft and live with David Allen? Except for that one incident, it had been a nice setup, hadn't it? Prabhupada explained that David had become a madman from too much LSD. He was dangerous. Mike gave him the Swami a half credulous look. David Allen, dangerous? Prabhupada then told a story. There's an old saying in India that you get yourself a spiritual master, you sit opposite to him, Prabhupada, they were saying in India, so was it, you learned everything from him that you can, then you kill him. You move his body on one side, and then you sit in his place, and you become the guru. As Prabhupada spoke, Mike began to feel that David was dangerous, so he did not ask for any more details. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I am stopping here.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So let's look at the rest for the day. So we are reading from the fourth canto, 24th chapter, verse number 77. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusate Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyev cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we'll read the verse together. Vindate Purusho Mushmad Yad Ichatya Sat Varam Madgita Gitat Supri Taj Shreyasam Ekavallabhat Vindate Purusho Mushmad Yad Ichatya Satvaram Madgita Gitad Supri Taj Shreyasam Ekavallabhat Vindate Purusho Mushmad Yad Ichatya Satvaram Madgita Gitat Supritat Shreyasham Ekavallabhat Vindate Purusho Mushmad Yadyad Ichatya Satvaram Madgita Gitat Supritat Shreyasham Ekavallabhat.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I am trying.
Yes, Prabhu.
Vindate Purusho Mushmat Jajjadichate Ashaktaram Madgita Gita Supritat Shreyusham Eka Vallavat. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Vindate purusho mushmat yad yad ichatya sattvaram madgito gitat supritat shreyasame kavallavat. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I'll try.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Vindate purusho mushmad yad yad icchati ashattaram madgita gitat shupritach shreyasham ekavallabhat. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Anyone else wants to try? So someone can read also the let's look at this. Yeah, someone can read the synonyms.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Vindate achieves Purusha, a devotee, Amushmat, from the personality of Godhead, Yat Yat, that which, Ichhati, desires, Asatwaram, being fixed, Mod Gita, sung by me, Gitat, by the song, Supritat, from the Lord, who is very pleased. Shreyasham of all benediction, Eko one Vallabhat from the dearmost. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Madhavi. Thank you. And someone can read the translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I'll do that.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, the
Yes,
Supreme Personality of Godhead is the dearmost objective for all auspicious benedictions. A human being who sings this song sung by me can please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such a devotee, being fixed in the Lord's devotional service, can acquire whatever he wants from the this is not visible
from the
last,
Supreme Lord. Sorry, from the Supreme Lord.
from the Supreme Lord.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. And then I don't have the purport here, but someone can read the purport.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, can I read the purport?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you Prabhu. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 6.22, Yam labdva chaparam labham manyate nadikam tatah. If one can attain the favor of Supreme Personality of Godhead, he has nothing to aspire for, nor does he desire any other gain. When Dhruva Maharaja became perfect by austerity and saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face, he was offered any kind of benediction he wanted. However, Dhruva replied that he did not want anything, for he was perfectly satisfied with the benediction of seeing the Lord. Except for the service of the Supreme Lord, whatever we want is called illusion, Maya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Jivera Swarupa Hai Krishnera Nityadas. CC Madhya 20.108. Every living entity is an eternal servant of the Lord. Therefore, when one engages in the service of the Lord, he realizes the highest perfection of life. A faithful service can fulfill any desire by the grace of the Master. And one who engages in the transcendental loving service of the Lord has nothing to aspire for separately. All his desires are fulfilled simply by engaging constantly in the Lord's loving service. Lord Shiva shows us that any devotee can be successful simply by chanting the prayers which he has recited. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So let's look at this verse. A very nice verse. Vindate purusho mushmad yad yad ichatya ashatvaram mad gita gitat supritach shreyasam ekavallabhat. Very nice verse. And this verse is actually spoken by who? Who spoke this verse?
Lord
Lord
Shiva.
Shiva.
Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva spoke this verse. And how did Lord Shiva come to know about this verse? Or, sorry, not this verse, actually, not this verse, but like the Rudra Geet, which he's singing.
From Lord Brahma.
Hmm?
From Lord Brahma.
Yeah, he heard from Lord Brahma. When did he hear from Brahma? When it was time for creation, at that time, Lord Brahma gave it to him, Brigu and others. So Lord Brahma wanted them to beget progeny. Lord Brahma wanted them to increase the population of the world. So he actually gave this song to Lord Shiva and others. And now Lord Shiva is giving this to whom? The
Prachetas,
Rudra. Hmm?
to the Prachetas.
Prachetas. And what are the Prachetas going to do?
They have been told by his father also to procreate and
Procreate and to increase the population. So the same purpose, and then we see that Lord Shiva is giving them this knowledge. And then after giving, then he's first he says where he got it from, Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is saying that this is not my creation. It is Brahma who gave it to me. Like in this world also, if we use something, what do? If we use other things, what do? We have to
we have to inform others that we have learned it from him, or we are
have to
using others.
acknowledge it. Yeah, we have to acknowledge it that this is coming from this source. You have to give the source. Like even in the if you're doing some assignments and other things, you have to say where you got the material from. Otherwise, that will be a breach of, what do you call this? Copyright law? Is it copyright?
Yeah, nowadays it is called.
Nowadays, copyright. And
It will
but
be
when we,
accused of plagiarism, Prabhu.
Plagiarism, yeah.
Danvat Pranam.
plagiarism. They call it plagiarism. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Danvat Pranam.
Yeah, they call it plagiarism. If you don't acknowledge, material that you have got from other sources or from other people, if you use it, then you have to acknowledge it. Otherwise, you can you commit plagiarism, using others' stuff without acknowledging. So this is Lord Shiva first mentioning where he got it from, and then Lord Shiva is now talking about what one can achieve, or what one can get from this Geet or Rudra Geet, or the song that he has just sung. We know that from some earlier verses, Lord Shiva says that from 72 onwards he speaks, and then he says that those who, number 74, a devotee of Lord Krishna whose mind is always absorbed in him, who with determination, who with great attention and reverence chants this stotra, will achieve the greatest perfection of life without delay. So devotees can just get great perfection of life, but there are other people who may want to get something. For them also, this Gita is very beneficial. And in this verse, it is mentioned, Vindate Purusho Mushmad Yadyad Ichate Asatvaram Mad Gita Gita Supritaj Shreyasam Eka Vallabhat. Shreyasam Eka Vallabhat. What is the meaning of Shreyasam? Shreyasam. It is a benediction. So, what is the most greatest benediction that one can get in this world? The greatest.
Krishna Bhakti.
Krishna Bhakti or Krishna Prem, Krishna Bhakti. That is the real sadhya. There are different kinds of processes, different sadhan. And the Shreyasam, the greatest benediction that one can achieve is Krishna Bhakti or Krishna Prem. It is actually, what do you call? Sadhan, sadhya, and the sadhak is the person who is performing the different processes, the sadhak. And then the sadhan means the process. And sadhya means
The goal or the final.
the goal of the process, sadhan. So Sadhana is the goal of the process. So here, Lord Shiva is saying that Vindate Purusho Mushmad. Vindate Purusho Mushmad. Yad yad ichchati yashatvaram mad gita gita supritat shriyasam eka vallabhat. So what is the most dear? It is devotional service to the Lord. So we know that a lot of people have different kinds of desires, different desires they want to achieve different things in this world. Some want to have a lot of money, some want to have some control, and they want to achieve their goal of life is to be a very famous person, maybe become a leader or a politician. Some want a big house, some want a nice car, some want a good wife, or good partner. So people have different things that they are looking for in this world. But Prabhupada actually quotes one verse from the Bhagavad Gita. What is the verse that Prabhupada is quoting from the Bhagavad Gita? Yam prapta. Which verse? Yam labdva kaparam labham manyate nadikam tataha. What's the meaning of this? Yam labdva chaaparam. Yes.
By achieving it,
Yeah.
means nothing else is left for knowing.
Why is Lord Krishna saying this?
Because
So
that's the highest transcendental knowledge.
So Lord Krishna is first talking about, if you look at the verse before this, what is the verse before this? Sukham atyantikam. Sukham. What is the verse before this? Yes, it is number. If you look at number 21, what does it say? Sukham atyantikam. That means happiness which is in the mode of, or actually beyond the mode of goodness. Atyantikam.
It is beyond the mode. Is a pure shattva.
Can you read the verse, bro? Sukham atyantikam.
Sukham atyantikam jat
Yattad.
buddhi graham indriyam.
Buddhi graham atendriyam. Buddhi graham means like it is beyond the happiness that one can get, using one's intelligence. Buddhi graham, atendriyam means not. Atendriyam means
not sense enjoyment, Prabhuji. It is type of a transcendental happiness, not material happiness.
Atendriyam. And then
Vetti yatra na chaivayam
Vetti yatra na chaivayam stitas chalati
tattataha.
Yeah. So one doesn't actually, after getting this kind of happiness, one is not, that doesn't get vichalit. It doesn't get any.
He is not forsaken. I mean, he is not shaken by any.
Yeah, not forsaken. Yeah. And then the next one is yam labdva chaparam labham manyate nadikam tataha. After attaining this, one doesn't actually aspire for anything more. This happiness, once one get, one doesn't actually aspire for anything more. So that's that's what Prabhupada is quoting. So let's look at this again. So Vindate Purusho Mushmad Yadyad Icchati Asatvaram Mad Gita Gita Supritat Shreyasam Ekavallabha. After getting the Lord, after attaining his devotion, there is only happiness. What kind of happiness? The happiness that is beyond that which can be attained when one is at in the level of mode of goodness or mode of passion or
Mode of ignorance.
mode of ignorance. Mode of if once one is happy in the mode of ignorance, like for example, there's a nidra, alasya, all those things, the alasya that gives one happiness, then one actually rises a little bit above that and comes to the mode of passion.
Passion.
And that passion, that mode of happiness, or the happiness that one gets from the mode of, being in the mode of passion, that happiness is that happiness which one gets by when the senses come in contact with the
Sense objects.
when the sense objects, the senses come in contact with the sense object, then that's the happiness one gets, and then one comes to the happiness in the mode of
Goodness.
goodness. So that's different levels of happiness. Happiness in the mode of passion, ignorance, happiness in the mode of passion, and happiness in the mode of goodness. But sukham atyantikam yattat buddhi grahyam atendriyam means that happiness which is atendriya means not indriya sukh. It's not a happiness in the mode of passion, and it is not atyantikam. It is not the happiness in the mode of goodness, and it is not buddhigraham. It is not the happiness in the mode of ignorance. It is much higher than that. And after having so coming to that platform, one is not disturbed by anything. One doesn't get disturbed, and then this verse is mentioned, 622. Yam labdva chaparam labham. Yam labdva chaparam labham manyate nadikam tatha. And then such a person is not disturbed by any dukkha. When one comes to the platform of this platform, then one is not disturbed by any distress. That's what is mentioned in 622. So the Shreyasham Ekavallabhat is because you can only get that happiness when you are. When do you get that? When can you get that kind of happiness? When can you get that kind of happiness? That sukham atyantikam.
When you're fixed in the Lord's devotional service.
Yes, correct. Yeah. When you perform devotional service to the Lord, when you come to that platform, then only you can get that kind of happiness. So that's why it's sukham atyantikam yatad buddhi graham atendriyam. So let's go back to this. So Shreyasam Ekavallabhat, and also Mad Gita Gita Supritaj. So what? How can one use this song of the Lord?
By singing this song.
Yeah, by singing this song, Mad Gita Gita. The song Mad Gita means the song that I have sung. Gita. By singing this song that I have sung, one can please the Lord. Supritaj. What will one be able to achieve by singing the song of Lord Shiva or Rudra Geet? They'll be able to
achieve that happiness.
Yeah, they'll be able to first please the Lord, of course, to pre-charge, and get that happiness, which is happiness beyond the mode of goodness even. This is the happiness that Rishabh is talking to his sons. How many sons did he have?
100 sons.
100 sons. Nayam deho deha bhajan nirloke kastan kaman arhate vidbujam Bhujame tapo divyam putrikayana satvam sudhet brahma saukyam tvanantam. They says one should not actually run after material things or material sense objects, which is actually the sense enjoyment is available in even to the lower animals like the hawks and the dogs, which are actually eating stool with bujamte. But one should try to get tapo divyam, one should perform devotional service, tapo divyam, putrakayana sattvam suddhet, and purify one's existence, satyam suddhet, and brahma saukyam tvanantam, and try to achieve that happiness which is
Eternal.
transcendental, eternal happiness, and which is
Incidental.
which is not actually it's eternal. It doesn't come to an end, and anant, and which is brahma saukyam, not the happiness of these three modes. So here, Lord Shiva is actually saying that singing my song, Mad Gita Gita Supritaj. There is also another verse in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Ata Pumbhir Dvija Sreshta Varnashrama Vibhagasa. Varnashrama Vibhagasa. What's after that? Swanustistasya Dharmasya Samsiddhi
Haritosha.
Haritoshanam. Atha Pumbir Dvija Sreshta Varnashrama Vibhagasa. Swanutishtasya dharmasya samsiddhim haritoshanam. What is the real goal of all this varnashrama dharma?
The purpose of varnashrama dharma is to get the love of the God. I mean, the love, creation and creating love for the God. That is the goal of varnashrama.
Yeah, goal of life is samsiddhim haritoshanam. Pleasing the Lord,
Supreme Lord.
that is Supreme Lord, pleasing the Supreme Lord, that is the goal of life. Samsiddhim haritoshanam. So here, Lord Shiva is giving a song which will please the Lord, Supritaj, Shreyasa Mekavallabha. One will be able to get that benediction which is the dearmost of all. Isn't it true? There are so many benedictions that people are looking for. We know that who wanted to see the pralaya?
Markanda Rishi?
Markanda Rishi. Markanda Rishi wanted to see the illusory energy of the Lord. Right? Markanda Rishi. And we know that, there was one person actually, he went to Lord Shiva, and his goal was he wanted to actually
material benediction.
Material benediction from Lord Shiva. And he actually, what was his name? Vrikasur or Bhashmasur. And he wanted to have the benediction that if he touches anyone's head, then he will die straight away. So he'll turn into ashes. So that was his goal. And we know that Hiranyakashipu, Ravan, all these people, they wanted what kind of benedictions?
All
What did
material benedictions.
all material, what did they want to become? They want to become immortal. They did not want to die. Right? So they wanted the benediction of immortality. So someone benediction of immortality, someone wants, but all these are of course material benedictions. And we see that also there are devotees actually, different kinds of devotees who are actually looking for different things. And Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukriti no arjuna arto jigyasur artharthi jnani cha bharata. there are four kinds of people actually who take shelter of me. So one is
Arto,
Artha Bhakt. Artha Bhakt are ones who want to get freed from
material distress.
material distress, Arth. But will there be any material distress, or will the material distress affect one if one gets that labh? Yam labdhva chaparam labham manyate nadikam tata. So that dukkha will not be able to disturb one when one comes to that platform. So the art, and the other one is artharthi. Artharthi is one who wants to have
Wealth.
wealth, some material wealth. So that's artharthi. And jigyasu is one who wants to get some knowledge. And so all of them want something. And jnani cha bharatarshava. And then there is also the jnani. Isham jnani nitya yukta eka bhaktir vishishyate. So out of them, the jnani is the best, Lord Krishna says, because they don't want anything. Ek bhaktir vishishyate, because they're always situated in ek bhakti. They're more interested in serving.
Serving the Lord.
Ek bhaktir vishishyate. So that is one special thing about. So there are different kinds of people, and we see also Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport here. What is Prabhupada mentioning in the purport? Who's the example given here? Who wanted something, and he was the Artharthi devotee, and then when he saw the Lord, then all his desires were
Vanquished.
All the desires that he had gone. He no longer desired that kingdom. He wanted, of course, to have a kingdom that was greater than that of his father. He wanted a kingdom that is greater than that of his grandfather. Grandfather is Manu Maharaj, and he wanted a kingdom that is greater than that of his great-grandfather, Brahma. So, but all those desires had gone. That's Dhruv Maharaj, just by performing devotional service. So there are different kinds of people who have different kinds of desires, and they want to fulfill their desires. But here, the real goal is to please the Lord. So here, Mad Gita Gita Supritaj. So by singing this song, one will be able to please the Lord and will be able to get that greatest benediction. Greatest benediction, or actually the real benediction, which is devotional service to the Lord, or the supreme happiness. And also Vindate Purusha Mushmad, from the Lord, what will one can get? One can also get Yad Yad Ichchati. Ichchati. What can they get? Whatever one.
What desire they have.
Yeah, whatever one desires, they can also have. So we know that all these prachetas, they've gone to perform austerities for what purpose?
To procreate or progenate.
So they want to actually help the father in begetting children. So he's so any desire one has can also be fulfilled. Of course, by performing devotional service, one knows what is the real benediction that one can aspire for. So Vindate Purusho Mushma Diyadya Dichyate. Ashatvanam also means becoming steady. So So there are a couple of things mentioned in this verse. So what are the important things which are mentioned in this verse? Yes, what are the things which are mentioned in this verse? Yes, so what can one get by singing this song of the Lord?
By singing this song, one can get
Of Lord Shiva.
whatever desire he has, and also
Yes.
the happiness of the highest order, by which, as we have explained from Bhagavad Gita, verse number 21 and 22, that says he will not be bewildered, he will not be shaken by any material distress or anything that may come to his life.
Mm. Yeah, correct. Anything else, anyone? Any questions or comments? Any questions? Even at the end of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is talking about what benefit one will get from Bhagavad Gita. What is Lord Krishna saying at the end? That's actually Bhagavad Gita. What is Lord saying?
First, at the end, Lord is saying that whoever preaches this message to others,
Mm.
he will be very dear to the Lord, and it should not be preached to those who are not devoted,
Yeah, so it's
to the Lord.
starting from verse number, Lord Krishna is starting from number 70. Which number? Which verse? Starting from number 60.
68, Prabhuji, it says no idam param guhyam, that is.
Yeah, starting from 68. Yeah. Yeah. So and he starts and then. So can someone read that? You can read the translation, probably. 68, 69, 70, and then.
Okay. So 68, it says that for one who explained this supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed. And at the end, he will come back to me. And 69 says, there is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there be one more dear. And 70 it says, and I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation of ours worship me by his intelligence. And 71 it says, and one who listens with faith and without any envy becomes free from sinful reactions and attains to the auspicious planet where the pious dwells.
So we can see that if you look at these verses in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is saying, like for example, number 69, Nacha tasman manusyesu kaschin me priya kritamaha bhut bhavita nacha me tasmad anye priyataro bhuva. So there is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there be ever be one more dear. So that's just by explaining the secret of Bhagavad Gita to the devotees. And devotional service is guaranteed. And that kind of happiness that Lord Shiva is talking about is also is also guaranteed. So one will be able to attain the Lord. And also the Lord is saying that one is actually worshipping him with his intelligence by just reading this or studying this conversation. And one can also attain auspicious planets where the pious dwell. They can also get material benediction. If they want to go to the Swargalok, they can even go to the Swargalok as well. So So you can see that, of course, this is a Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita song of the Lord. Lord spoke this Bhagavad Gita, and there is also the song of his devotee. Song of his devotee, whose name is?
Arjuna.
Of course, the Bhagavad Gita is a song of both Arjuna and Krishna. But it's called Bhagavad Gita. But here we can see that it's the Rudra Gita, Mad Gita, Gita Supritach. And Lord is pleased even by the song sung by his devotee, Lord Shiva. Of course, and before that, the song sung by his devotee, Lord Brahma. Hare Krishna. Any questions or comments? Anything? Yes, devotees. Any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dhanur Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, not Prabhu.
Oh, thank you for this very nice explanation of this verse. I was just wondering whether this song, Lord Shiva, was available to the demons like Ravana, Hiranyakasipu.
Yes,
Because
Prabhu.
I was just wondering whether this song of Lord Shiva is available to the demons like Ravana, Hiranyakasipu. Because this is so aesthetic. I mean, they were also big devotees of Lord Shiva. If they had known about this, they would become nice devotees. So because it was sung by, before it was known by Lord Brahma, and they also prayed to Lord Brahma. So would Lord Brahma have instructed him to sing this song? I mean, I'm just trying to understand.
Lord Shiva is actually, it depends, what one is asking from Lord Shiva. Just like with the Lord, if someone is only asking for material desires, then Lord doesn't actually give his devotion to him. So the song must be available, but the thing is, even like Vritrasur, no, not Vritrasur, Vrikasur, or what's his name, Bhasmasur. So Bhasmasur is only wanting the benediction, that whoever he touches, will burn into ashes. So why will Lord Shiva give devotion to such people? So one has to be qualified. So Lord Shiva is, he is the Param Vaishnava, and he can give Krishna Bhakti, as we can see, he is giving to the Prachetas, and he can also give material things. So if someone is asking for material things, then they get material things, or material benedictions. But if someone is asking for bhakti, then definitely he will make the arrangement, and he can give such songs so that they can sing and then get purified and achieve the real goal of life. Even Lord Krishna doesn't give everyone his devotion. Whoever is asking for material things, he gives material things. But of course, Lord Krishna purifies them. Eventually, they get purified. Like Dhruv Maharaj wanted material things, but he got purified because he approached Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu. So it's available, but it's whatever one is asking for. So their goal was not these things, So why will Lord Shiva give them Rudra Git? They wouldn't take an interest in Rudra Git. If they want immortality, of course, they can get immortality by surrendering to the Lord. But they were not interested in that. They wanted to control this world. They want to be the controller. If you want to be the controller, then of course you can't control of this world. That means you are neglecting the real controller, or you're not accepting the control of the real controller. Because Lord Krishna is always in control. Ishvara Parama
Vishnu.
Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha. So he's the supreme controller. So no one can be a controller like the Lord. He's always in control. Always. So yes, so Ravan, of course, devotee of Lord Shiva, but he was not, or there are others, Vritrasur or Vrikasur, but they were not interested in devotional service to the Lord.
Thank you, Prabhu, for that explanation.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anything else, anyone? Any other question or comments? We know there is another story of Lord Shiva, actually, someone approaching. There's a Nabhag. Is it Nabhag? Abhacharan Das Prabhu, do you know the story?
The Navagi is that he has told his son that he will not be able to. I mean, if he pleases the Lord, they will give him wealth. Is it that one, Prabhu?
Yeah. Do you remember?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So that one also, there's a Lord Shiva also gave someone transcendental knowledge.
Yeah.
So Lord Shiva was very, very pleased with this devotee. He was actually one of the sons of, he's the father of
Ambarish.
Ambarish Maharaj. Yeah, father of Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj was born to him. So father of Ambarish Maharaj, who actually was who went to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva gave him transcendental knowledge. And also there's another story of someone going to Sanatan Goswami, was it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, so he was also a devotee of Lord Shiva. So it really depends, what one is asking from Lord Shiva. We see that Vibhishan is also with Ravan and Kumbhakarna, isn't it true? I mean, we can't blame Kumbhakarna, because Kumbhakarna was his mati was spoiled by whom?
Mata Saraswati.
Mata Saraswati. So we can't blame him too much. But if you look at Ravan could have asked for. Ravan could have asked what Vibhishan asked for. Isn't it true?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, Vibhishan asked for bhakti. And he got bhakti. And Ravan asked for, like he wanted immortality, but he said the exception of Vanaras and
And human being.
human beings. Exception, Vanaras and human beings, because they are not very powerful. So he did not want to get killed. The exception of Vanaras and humans. But we know that Vibhishan got devotion to the Lord. And same Brahma and Shiva, we can see that. Isn't it true? So Lord Shiva actually can be like he can give things like a demigod, but then a lot of people approach Lord Shiva like a demigod, Devata. He's Mahadev, so he gives so many different kinds of benedictions, material benedictions. But Lord Shiva can also give bhakti. And it is mentioned also, this one verse, which says that, this is in Ramcharitmanas, very nice verse, which says that, Siv Sevakara Falasutta Soi Aviral Bhakti Rama Pada Hoi. Rama hi bhajai tata Sivadata Nara Power ke Kaitik Bata. So it says that the goal of Rama Bhakti is goal of if one performs devotion to Lord Shiva and Lord Shiva gets pleased, then what will one get? Shiv Seva Kara Falasutta Soi, Abiral Bhakti Ramapad Hoi. What will they get?
He gets unflinching faith on the Lord.
Devotion to Lord Ramachandra, Lord Krishna. So, yes, we can see this. Just those eligible candidates actually get it, but others actually just they aspire for material things. So if you want material things, you get material things. If you consider Lord Shiva as a devata, and that then we have to use those verses in the Bhagavad Gita. Kamaistaister yatha jnana prapadyante anya devata tam tam niyamastaya prakriti anyata swaya. All those verses. Yepi anya devata bhakta janta shradhayanvita tepi yanti mam kronte tad bhavatya anya devata bhakta janta shradhayan tepi mameva kronte ajanta vidhi purvakam avidhi purvakam. It is not the right way, avidhi purvakam. And also, Lord Krishna is saying the other verse.
Antavattu phalam tesham. After that,
Antavattu phalam tesham tad bhavati alpamedasam devan deva janti mad bhaktayanti mam api, that one also. So then those verses will apply, like considering Lord Shiva to be like a devata, and that will be considered like a demigod worship. Yes, does it make sense? Hare Krishna. Any
Yes,
questions or comments? Hare Krishna. What are some of the things we learned? Just a few points. One, of course, that by singing this song, one can please.
the Supreme Lord,
One can please the Supreme Lord by singing this song. And what else?
and he can get all the benedictions from the
Yeah,
Lord,
one can get all the different kinds of benedictions from the Lord. What else?
including including the transcendental happiness, which is eternal.
Yeah,
And
one can get transcendental happiness,
by
and one can
serving
get
the
the
Lord.
greatest achievement in this Lord, which is devotional service. Yes, and of course, devotional service can make one happy because the nasti buddhira yuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhaveta shantira shantasya kutha sukham. Without being connected with the Lord, one cannot get steady mind, without which one cannot have peace, without which how can one have happiness? Yes, and what else? Yes, what else?
Here Lord Shiva is saying that anyone who simply chant these verses uh, can become, just by reciting those, one can become successful in life. Just
Yeah,
by
yeah, very nice.
simply.
Just by simply reciting, yeah, very nice. Hare Krishna. Thank you, all the devotees. Shri Shri Radha Girdhari Bhagwan ki jai. Shri Shri Gaunitaya Bhagwan ki jai. Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshman Bhakta Hanuman ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
His Grace Dr. Madhav Govinda Prabhu ki,
Jai.
Samveta Bhakta Brinda ki,
Jai.
Vancha
Mancha
kalpatarubhesha,
Kalpatarupasya Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patitanam
Patitanam
Pavanebhyo
Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavibhyo
Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namo.
Ananta Koti Vaishnav Brinda ki
Ki jai.
Jai.
Uh,
Thank you.